Hey folks, Jason here with Dirt Race Life. So we are at Paducah International Raceway in Paducah, Kentucky. This is my first time just heading up here to the track. Recognize a few cars. We got here fairly early on a Friday. I got a 1500 to win tonight. I'm walking up here to look at the track. Never laid eyes on this track before. Had a few buddies I talked to, kind of gave me some ideas on gear. So we put a 600 gear in for tonight. Made some changes on the car. I'm gonna try something a little bit different after running at the Street Stock Nationals. So yeah, so we're venturing out now. We're gonna continue and finish out the home season at Clay Hill. We're gonna make every race there, but we're gonna get out this fall some, try to go to some shows. Woo, this joker's steep, isn't it? The only thing I was told was make sure I got enough gear because the race moves up to the top of the track. Yeah. You better make sure you got long enough legs. That's all I was told.
Yeah. Last couple of races here, they've been on the wall. So.
Last couple of races, they've been on the wall. All right, so there it is. Looks good, looks fast, steep. Finally punched me a hole through my composite side right there. Looked really tight through the rest of the season. But pretty impressive. I ain't gonna lie, pretty impressive. This stuff's tough.
All right, first of all, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. We've got nice weather. So I think we're all gonna have a good night. We got a pretty decent car count tonight. So let's put on a good show. Initial starts, double file. You go on the flag. Okay? Go on the flag man. Restarts will be Delaware double. The leader will fire coming out of turn 4.
We're about to watch them qualify first. I think Jason's in the first group for qualifying. So let's see how this goes.
That's a fast track. I was trying to figure it out on the fly. I wasn't running in. It hadn't really built a cushion yet, but I was kind of below the line where the cushion was starting to form, and it was sliding up. It was probably killing me on my lap times, but I was trying, y'all. Woo, that's a fast track. All right. So I got a 50 and a 40 rebound for the right rear. Both of them is the BSB Elite with the SRT and the base valve in them. So I switched from the 50 rebound down to the 40 rebound. I definitely don't need extra rebound on the right rear, not in the heat race. I think the track is gonna stay gripped up. Don't need this shock on the car, so pulled that off. spring rubber. I was running through this 950. Not every time, but if I didn't just like power into that corner, you know, like once or twice I cut or braked or something. And anyway, and I was running through the spring. I just felt it maybe twice, but that spring rubber will probably get me there. Right front tire's good. Both the rear tires got pretty warm, but they're both warm evenly. Car's great. I made some changes. It's good changes for this track anyway. Right now I'm at 2.5-inch offset on the right front, and I'm at 3-inch offset on the right rear. I'm gonna leave this at 2.5, and I'm gonna drop the right rear back to 3.5. So I'm gonna have an inch difference. Because I could tell it was starting to free up a little bit. I could tell it was starting to free up quite a bit on the slick end, and for the feature of the other inch to slick up. So maybe just that little bit. Also, I left my air pressure pretty high. I'm at 19 pounds on this right front, and I'm at 18 pounds on this left rear. 15, 14.5. Probably gonna drop down to 18, 17, 14, 13. Go down to my low air pressure setup. I think the track's gonna go black slick. And there's no passing. You know, there's no passing unless you're gonna be able to get a bite in the slick. Otherwise, you just have to stay on that high line. So, try to make sure I got a car that maybe I can get down off the top with. Oh, car felt pretty good. Fun track, but it's really fast. Scary fast. Okay, so that's good. So I was super satisfied with that heat race. Just pulling forward, loved it, was great. Thank you. About time, Betsy. And I'm glad I switched that right rear shock out. There was grip in the track, there was grip up top, but there wasn't any grip if you weren't on the high line. So I ran it. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna go back to my dry slick right rear shock. And here's where my head's at with this. The car is gonna stick on the cushion no matter what. So if I'm up on the high line, the shock's not gonna hurt me. She's gonna be driving off the cushion regardless, all right? And if I come off of it, if I'm trying to pass somebody, I'm trying to dime in the corner, I'm trying to slide across and get some bite in the slick, then this additional rebound on the right rear, it's gonna slow the right rear down on being able to drive back up off the right rear. It's gonna make that left rear have a little bit more bite. Hopefully it'll help me in the slick a little bit more, getting off the corner if I find myself off the top cushion. So that's where I'm at. When I was out there earlier qualifying and stuff, it might have hurt me because, you know, the track was just hooked up top to bottom. But like with it black down below, putting it back on. So like that's kind of where my head's at, was like, why am I switching back and forth on the shocks? That's what's going on. I'll put it back.
4th place, so pretty good.
I'm back. I had an idea I needed to make a change.
You did.
And
Looks like it paid off.
yeah, so we're back. We changed out. So the big difference is I have stuck with this spring setup on this car.
Yeah.
And I have fought it and just tried to learn how to drive it. And we've been running, let's see, a 250 on the right rear, 125 on the left rear. We've been running 950 on the right front and a 1050 on the left front. And we dropped. All year long, I've been tight in. And finally, I was just like, you know what? We're dropping this left front. So we went to the 850 on the left front, which was a massive, kept the scale numbers exactly the same. 70 pounds of bite, 70 pounds of bite on the left rear is how it scales out with me in the car. Just kept the ride heights exactly the same, just dropped 200 pounds on the rake.
Yeah.
Fixed the car.
Held it in there. You can
The only thing I'm gonna put in the notes is when I come back if I come back to PR again, instead of a 950, I need a 1050.
Okay.
So like I was pulling forward and I was bottoming the right front out, and every time I bottom the right front out, it's just like you throw the brakes on. It's just like you put a boat anchor out, and it's like, man, if I had another 100 pounds of weight on the car. The setup was great. We could pass low, we could do all that. Everything was fine. It was great. I was right putting the adding the rebound back to the right rear, because see, we dropped down low in the slick.
Yep, you were able to hold it right there.
Yeah, and
normally that's an issue, and you were holding
what was
it
so
in there.
crazy is that it was easier to drive the high line, but we pulled forward on the low line.
Yeah, because everybody else was driving that high line.
And we'll make our notes. We know we go to a steep bank, we'll run out of spring at 950. That, or we've got to raise the whole front of the car up. I think we ought to just go to the 1050 when we come to this track.
Yeah.
Use the BSB load stick, set it, zero it, and then just put it in exactly the same spot. I think it'll be wonderful. We come back for the next big race. Anyway, that wraps up for this episode. Went really well. See you next time.